Hello there gorgeous gamers, and welcome back to another Pure Play TV video review, and today we're kicking ass and taking names in Cobra Kai, the Karate Kid Saga Continues, which is available for PS4, Xbox One, PC and soon Nintendo Switch. This review is based on the PS4 version of the game, and we did receive a code from the publisher. Those that know me will be the first to tell you, I would struggle to punch my way out of a wet paper bag. But what are computer games if not pure, undiluted escapism? Cobra Kai, the Karate Kid Saga Continues, is exactly that, and being a child of the 80s, it's quite the double whammy. Not only do I get to imagine that I could punch my way out of that bullying paper bag, but I could do it while pretending to be the Karate Kid at the same time. Now if that opening doesn't make you sit up and take note, I don't know what will. Cobra Kai is based on the Netflix, formerly YouTube Red series of the same name, with a storyline that complements the series nicely. With the series as a backdrop, Cobra Kai is a fairly decent side-scrolling beat-em-up, in the style of Streets of Rage and Final Fight. In fact, Cobra Kai does a pretty decent job of living up to these lofty comparisons, and it wouldn't be amiss in an arcade cabinet all of its own. Before we carry on with this video review, please take a moment to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. Cheers my dears! All of the characters from the series make an appearance, and it is fun seeing them as they are being introduced in-game. Starting off, you get to choose which dojo you want to play as, with certain characters locked to their respective dojo. Want to play as Miguel or Johnny, the original big bad from the Karate Kid? Then you choose Cobra Kai. If you fancy playing as Daniel San or Robbie Keane, then Miyagi-Do is the one for you. Each dojo serves as a base of operations, offering upgrades to both your character and the dojo itself. On that note though, this is a simple static screen, so don't go in expecting to explore Miyagi-Do in the hope of finding where Daniel keeps his bonsai trees. How the game handles this choice between dojos is fairly well done. Having picked from one of two opposing dojos, you start the game as either Miguel or Sam playing as Cobra Kai, or Miyagi-Do respectively, and while the levels play out similarly, this choice is then reflected in the story as it is now told from their viewpoint. This also means that to get the true ending, you need to play the game twice, with a run through as each dojo. This opposition is further solidified in that each dojo has unique perks and abilities based around two elements. Cobra Kai uses fire attacks while Miyagi-Do uses ice. Combat is fun and easy to get into. Punches can be thrown with square, kicks with triangle, and mixing these up allows you to chain attacks together and perform certain moves, racking up combos and charging your abilities. Enemies have certain attacks and vulnerabilities too, and mashing buttons and hoping for the best will only get you so far. Dodging and timing attacks is key, and while mastering this isn't too tricky, you soon feel like a badass when you start racking up the hefty combos. Characters can be switched out on the fly once you have met them during the course of the story. Each character handles slightly differently and comes with their own set of moves that utilise their ability depending on which dojo they are from. Sam, for instance, has a starting move where she blasts an iceberg at her opponents, while Miguel utilises an uppercut that leaves fire in its wake. Each character has an additional 3 moves that can be bought using their unique skill tree, with karate tokens earned from defeated enemies. Additionally, your dojo offers up abilities that are shared across your characters, and these can be upgraded too. These moves can be triggered at any point by either pressing R2 or L2 with the respective face button, with a few seconds cooldown in between uses, so no spamming. Alongside each character's unique skills, each one has their own ultimate ability that can be triggered using L2 and R2. Naturally, Daniel's is the fabled Crane Kick. That, when completed, leaves a trail of ice in its wake. Each ability and ultimate move feel powerful, and they're very satisfying to pull off, without making you feel too overpowered. Upgrading your abilities is something that I found to be surprisingly addictive. Defeating enemies causes them to drop karate tokens, with the better combos scoring you more. These tokens are then used to upgrade your abilities, something that can be done by visiting your dojo between levels. Each character has their own skill tree that can be tinkered to suit your playstyle. Your dojo is your hub, allowing you to upgrade each character and access challenges that can be completed for additional rewards, such as permanent stat upgrades or more coins. Cobra Kai has nailed this reward loop, and I was quickly sucked in by how satisfying it was to upgrade each character and unlock new abilities. I found myself replaying levels as my characters progressed, to score bigger combos or to complete certain challenges to unlock more stuff and make my characters even stronger, all in my desire to be the best around. Nothing's ever gonna keep you down. In typical arcade fashion, you move from left to right, with enemies coming at you from both sides. It's here that Cobra Kai sometimes falls down as enemies move around the play area, as sometimes attacks are harder to land than they really should be. This is largely down to the analog stick, which often feels clunky, making movement feel a bit stiff as you try to keep up. This is a very minor complaint, but I did find myself getting frustrated a few times when I either used a special ability that missed its mark, or I lost a hard-earned combo because I was hit by an enemy I should have just kicked in the face. Cobra Kai does offer couch co-op, with the second player being able to jump in on a second controller, although I didn't get the chance to try this while I was doing the review. I could see this being a fun addition, provided the camera doesn't get too tricky as you and your buddies split up. Having recently watched the series on Netflix, there was a lot I found myself enjoying while playing Cobra Kai, and I was surprised at the depth that it offers. While not being the most complicated game to play, it is fun and easy to pick up, while offering challenges as an extra level of difficulty should you want it. Cobra Kai doesn't take itself too seriously at all, and I found this, and its animated art style, managed to complement the show nicely, with the actors from the show even returning to do the voiceover work. It is easy to imagine the game as an unofficial series, even if it is slightly silly at times. For what it is, Cobra Kai is an enjoyable arcade game that surprised me with how much I enjoyed it, and it's sure to tide me over until Season 3 launches in January. And that's the end of this review. I do hope you enjoyed it and that you found it useful, and as always, if you did, then please do hit the like and subscribe buttons down below to show your support for our humble little channel. I've been Chris, you've all been good little karate champs, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, bye!